Hello LinkedIn. Now, do you ever wonder how you can be more persuasive, influential and convincing when you get in front of customers? We want to get in front of them and show them that we have definitely got a solution for their problems, right? And we want to do that in a way so they are itching to buy and they know we've got a solution for their problem. Like if you can crack that code, surely you've got something really valuable as a salesperson. So Nigel, I've been trying to master that. I've read the product book 10 to 12 times now. I pretty much know it off by heart. When I get in front of a customer and they ask me a question, I know I can solve their problem. I know I've got the solution for them. Have I finally cracked it? Am I now a convincing, credible and persuasive salesperson?
Great question, Tom. Well, you tell me, what's your experience of this when you turn up and you explain to a customer, give them all your wonderful product knowledge? How does that work for you?
I don't know, I feel a bit bad about admitting this, but there is a little bit of me that thinks sometimes by the look on their face, when I show them my product knowledge, when I show them how much I know, they seem to be looking at me like, who is this BS artist? Who's this slightly cocky guy who thinks he knows our business better than we do?
That's right. And if we're
is
not
my gut feeling right?
Yeah, and the irony here is the better you are at showing off your product knowledge, the more the prospect or the customer can start to think, oh, too good to be true. So here's my thoughts on this. Instead of attempting to be convincing and convince others, what I'm striving to do in a meeting is to be credible. And we need strategies to maintain our credibility throughout that very key initial sales interview. And counterintuitively, the way we can increase credibility quite often is to increase our uncertainty. So here's what I mean. At the beginning of the meeting, I would suggest, and I've attempted to graph it here, I would suggest at the beginning of the meeting, in terms of certainty, we need to be very low. In other words, very uncertain that we have a solution for them. It might sound like this. Nigel, can you help us with such and such? My immediate response is going to be, don't know, not sure. Must have asked for a reason. Would it make sense if we had a bit of a longer conversation? You could tell me a little bit more what's going on at your end. And at the end of this, maybe we can figure out whether we can help. So what I've done there by introducing a massive amount of uncertainty is it's hugely increased my credibility in a gentle, non-salesy fashion. Does that make sense?
You certainly don't sound like the typical salesman when you say that.
I hope not, because boy, that's a tough job being a typical. I admire those guys. That's hard work.
It is.
Now, so that's at the beginning. I want a very high level of uncertainty because frankly, it's disarmingly honest. Because I really don't know whether I can help. No. As we move further along the interview, there's a key concept that we have in the Sandler world, which is the dummy curve. Let's not appear to be a smart aleck now. As they start to tell us their problems, we're going to be seeking clarification. Interesting. Tell me more. I'm not really sure I really fully understand this. Can you tell me more? This is how we increase our credibility, by acting uncertain as to really understanding the situation. Okay. They then have to fill that gap and tell us more about the situation. Now, key point. Let's get to the end of this whole process. Now we have a good understanding of what their problems are, and we've got a pretty good idea that we can solve them. The classic mistake is to now go into the fulfillment step, saying, here's how we're going to fix the problems and this is going to be wonderful. Instead, what I'd suggest you do to increase credibility right at the very end is to maintain a little bit of uncertainty. Mr. Prospect, you've got these 5 problems here. 4 of them I'm pretty okay. I'm sure we're okay on fixing. We really want to talk to you about this 5th one. I'd love to say with 100% certainty that we can actually take care of that. In reality, experience tells me that that's not always our thing. Maybe able to help you find someone that will help you with that in a way that's better than anything I could do. Is this going to be a deal breaker? So by adding that level of uncertainty in there,
Yeah.
what have I said, without saying it, about the other 4 things?
That you're really certain.
Exactly. So the way that I build credibility that I'm the solution is to make sure I have that smidgen of uncertainty at the end. So in summary, start off very uncertain, very unsure as to whether we can provide a solution. Maintain a level of uncertainty all the way through, including at the end.
Wow. So very different from the traditional approach where people are trying to demonstrate maximum certainty right from the start all the way along.
Yeah, I could be wrong, but in my experience, whenever I've said, oh yes, I'm great, I'm perfect, I can fix all of this stuff, it doesn't engender a huge amount of credibility.
No, and they just don't like you.
Got it.
Is the danger. Yeah. Great.
Does that help?
It really does. Thank you, Nigel.
My pleasure.
So if any of this has rung a bell with you, if you understand that building credibility is really, really important part of the sales process and you'd like more of these kind of counterintuitive, slightly off the wall, unusual ideas and an insight into how you can apply them into your day-to-day sales activity, then if you live in Birmingham or the West Midlands, if you run, own or manage a business there and you would like to come to one of our seminars, please write invite me in the comments below or message me with a message that says invite me. We will send you information so you can decide if it's a good use of your time or not. If you are outside Birmingham and the West Midlands, please go to sandler.com and find your nearest Sandler trainer. I hope that's helpful and we look forward to seeing you here in Longbridge soon.
Thank you.
Bye for now.